It's that time of year where each day bleeds into the other and you forget when you are. When I never felt bad, come on, yeah. Hey, Mme La Prof here. Welcome back to my channel. And this is my year in review. Wow, okay. I'm gonna be careful because it's very easy for me to look at 2023 and see all the bad things that have happened. Well, there's not, okay, globally a lot of bad things happened. But I'm not here to talk about the global things because I am not informed enough to speak coherently and properly about these matters. I'm going to be careful not to do a year review based on these global things. And I'm only going to speak about it from a professional point of view because Mme La Prof, I am a teacher. So I'm going to speak about it from that perspective. First things first, January, February was a very interesting start to the year because I was going full speed ahead with my Comic-Con, school-based Comic-Con project, rebranded Projet Passion Pop, for those who know. And then something major happened in my family life. Don't worry, it's not anything that has changed my marital status or that caused the permanent injury of people or death of people. No, it's just a little blip that kind of like upended our lives a bit, and things are okay now. But for a very small period of time, I was seriously wondering what would be the outcome of the school-based Comic-Con, and I'm very grateful that I had students who were able to work independently, autonomously, and kind of knew what my end goal was. And they made it happen. So I'm very grateful. So at the end of February, I had, and I'm gonna try and splice in some pictures of our school-based Comic-Con. Second one at that school, the first one since the pandemic, yay! And it was amazing. It was amazing. March and April, I don't wanna say was like the calm. It was a calm, but I had just finished the school-based Comic-Con, and because last year I had only grade 11 students, we were getting ready for year-end exams. I know you say like March, April, but in Quebec, year-end exams for grade 11 students start in May. I was focusing on that, and then I was surprised to find out that a colleague of mine and myself, we were nominated for Teacher of the Year award given by Canadian Parents for French. Is a prize, an award that is bestowed to teachers who have distinguished themselves in teaching French immersion, French as a second language. So yay! So that was awesome, and that was despite all of the stuff that was happening, my family life, and I also ended up going to Greece. Weird set of circumstances. This trip that I was supposed to take with my daughter, and that didn't happen, so I ended up going alone, and that was trip number 1 of 2. Moving on to May and June. May and June, once again, end of year exams, trying to get things done, trying to keep things organized and contained, and it's so easy to imitate what your students are doing, which is basically slacking off. And the desire to slack off is there. But as a teacher, you have to make sure you correct exams, calculate grades, etc., etc. So it ends up being a very intense end of year. Nothing major happened other than being requested to be part of a documentary that came out in the fall. That was a bit of a surprise, because like, why me? Why me? The imposter syndrome is very, very strong when you are asked, hey, you've been teaching for 25 years, maybe you have a few things. I mean, I'm happy, I'm very happy, I'm elated, I'm very, very honored to have been given that chance, but there's always that little voice inside, my head saying like, really? What do you have to say about this? A lot, apparently. June, July, and August, well, I was in Greece. Oh, and I did Montreal Comic Con, my secret identity. Or is my teaching life my secret identity? I don't know. Went to Greece again, this time with my daughter, and well, I made a video about it. I think I'm going to try and link it somewhere here. If you want to go to Greece, don't go in the summer. If you can take vacation time any other time during the year, avoid summer at all cost. Just avoid it. Just avoid it. I mean, unless you enjoy 45°C heat. If you do that, if you do enjoy that, please go. Please go. It's the spot for you. So after that, I don't want to say that fall was uneventful. It was not, because we had already started talking about the potential strike action back in the spring, but it never quite came to fruition until like last fall, October. Was it October? I think it was end of September, early October that we voted for strike action, and it wasn't a surprise. Teachers were pissed. Teachers across the board, not just teachers, anyone working in the public service was pissed. The collective was pissed, annoyed, angry at the government. The same government who, when they were in the opposition, were claiming to fight for us, were claiming to increase our salaries and improve our conditions, and they have not done anything. They try to fix problems like the teacher shortage by going to recruit teachers in France. Really? Really? You think that's going to solve the problem? It's not going to change the fact that those teachers who are coming from France or Belgium or Switzerland, they're going to come here and they're going to realize, oh my God, this is horrible. Why did we accept to come here? And then they're just going to give up. They're going to do the same thing as teachers from Quebec have been doing for the last 10, 15 years, giving up, quitting en masse. And it's not none of this like quiet quitting. None of this quiet quitting. No. They are quitting and broadcasting their discontent all across social media, on TV, on social media, anywhere. Any person willing to give a platform for their collective voice, they are sharing their experiences. And I could talk for hours about how crappy conditions, but I have in the past. So it was to no one's surprise that the unions voted massively in favor, like in the high 90s, in favor of a strike. And of course, in September, my appearance in the documentary came out, and that was great because I didn't sound dumb. The magic of editing, they made it look like I knew what I was talking about. I mean, look, I'm downplaying, and I should put myself on a pedestal. I know a thing or two. I don't necessarily know more than someone else. I know different things. I have a different experience, and I think therein lies my concern, my reserve, my reservations, because I don't want people to think that I know everything about teaching. I don't. But I have my own set of experiences, and I've lived through different things that are not like other people. They're not more difficult or less difficult, but it's my own experience. And and I think that's where I get scared sometimes, because I say to myself, who would want to listen to me? Barely 156 of you want to listen to me, so I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. And of course, November and December. November and December have been, sprinkled with a few little strike days here and there. Thankfully, because I'm part of the Common Front, we have not been on indefinite strike. It kind of gives you an idea about how serious they're taking this, and how horrible teaching conditions and the reality of teaching can be in our province. This past year, I think if any learning can be done from this past year, from a professional point of view, all right, is that yes, I have something to bring to the table, and yes, there's a lot more that I can learn and work on and improve on. One other thing that I can learn from this year is that when you build that connection with students, you create an environment that allows for growth, independence, autonomy. Structure is important. Not a structure that stifles people, but a structure that allows them to learn and be autonomous and be independent while understanding the consequences of not respecting that structure and that environment. Your resiliency defines not just yourself, but the environment in which you are working and or learning. And I think I'm going to define 2023 as a year of resilience. So that's my year in review. In a couple of days, I'm probably going to film my resolutions for 2023. And you all know how much I hate resolutions at a specific point in time, because you can create resolutions anytime during the year. It doesn't have to be January 1st. It doesn't have to be so arbitrary that it's like January. You can have resolutions on November 12th, the day after Remembrance Day, who knows? So yeah, I'm gonna have another video about that. And I'm also going to re-record my anime review, because my live video, the sound cut out, literally 2/3 into the video. So I'm gonna give my anime review at that point in time. Anime review. It was a Christmas gift. Christmas gift. It's a look at this. It's a Gojo piggy bank. It's a Gojo bank. It's his own little coin prison realm. On that lovely note, folks, have yourselves a lovely day. Whatever day it is. Is it Tuesday? Is it Monday? Is it Wednesday? I'm not too sure.